Hello everyone, welcome back to the Replay Studio, and we're here with another episode of Haikyu, episode 21. Our match against Seijo rages on. We're not doing too great. We're not doing too great. Um, Oikawa has launched an assault, trying to take down our team, one player at a time. Aiming for Tanaka first. Well, technically not Tanaka. He did try that with Nishi, and it didn't work. Tried it with Tanaka. It worked for a few plays, and then Tanaka, of course, persevered. So I love Tanaka. I don't think there is a chance in the world that would have continued to work. Tanaka is just he just has too much energy, and he's always the guy who's telling. Even in the last episode when Hinata was, down because he messed up, he was telling him never force your head down. Always keep your head up. Think about it when you're off the court, when the match is over, then you can think about all the mistakes that you've actually made. It took him a while to get there, but he quickly realized that, okay, get your head back in the game and save all the regrets and all of that once the match is over and you've actually won. So he came back, but even though Oikawa's plan didn't work, indirectly he appears to be having an impact on Kageyama, who for the almost the entirety of the entire set. I think we're at 15-8 in the first set now, and he's been focusing so much on I, and what I need to do this, I need to do that, and he's not fully utilizing the team because he's regressing back to his Tyrant King days in a way, and I think Oikawa had said it best, at the very start of the match that bad habits like that don't just go away overnight, and it takes time for you to build that trust and with the team, and it's going to take him a bit. And at the very end of the last episode, of course, I believe he's being subbed out, possibly for Sugawara. That's one of the sessions they have, so it has to be Sugawara. So I think he's going to be subbed out, but I don't think it's going to be for the entire game. Suga is capable enough. He's clearly no match for Okawa as far as sets are concerned, but I think his strategic way of thinking is probably, that's probably one of his strongest assets against a prodigy like someone like Kageyama. So I think Suga has the tools necessary to keep them going, quite possibly for this set or towards the end of the set, and then they can bring Kageyama back in the second set once he has cleared his head and get out and focus on utilizing the team rather than just focusing on himself and what he needs to do. So I think that's what's going to happen. I'm still calling it for this match. I don't think we'll walk away victorious for the entirety of this match. I think we will go through we'll likely lose the first, win the second. I think we'll lose the third set. I don't think we will be beating both Datatech and Seijo the first time around with this new team that we've put together that haven't played for all that long, really. So that is still my prediction. I could be wrong, but we'll see, guys. Episode 21, let's check it out. Yep, being subbed out. It's not great, but it's necessary. He's been in his head the entirety of the first set. I hope this happens. I've been saying since the very start of this season that I want them to end up on different teams eventually. Maybe not now, but maybe season 3 thereabouts or 4 they're on. I want both Hinata and Kageyama to end up on different teams because I want to see how well they do against each other, and I want them to settle that bet to see who's best when they're at their peak. Why doesn't Nishi get a high five? Because he's awesome, that's why. have to communicate with the team. Yeah. It's not great, but glad to see it hasn't gotten Suga down. He's got a plan. Mr. Pleasant. Yeah, it's very meticulous. That's what I like about Suga. Okawa picked that up already. Suga knew it was coming. Ah, okay. Nice one, Suga. He's not a prodigy like Kageyama, but he's a strategist. 2012. I don't know if we're making a comeback from this though. We might shrink the gap, but you're not a blocked. You're not got a block. I mean, he does it sometimes, but not often. Alright, well, okay. He's been watching from the sidelines all this time, so he's been watching all the plays the opponents have been making. You go, Suga.
来いともくれとも言わねえ。飛び寄じゃないんだから神業速攻はないよ。ですよね。もう一人のセッターだ。
Yes.
俺は影山と比べたら技術も身体能力も劣るけど、チームのことは少しだけなるか。
Come on. They're getting adjusted to him. Damn it. It's not working this time. It's not working this time. Ah. Switched it up. One more point. I didn't think we'd be able to come back from it, but I mean. On Suga. Suga's got a plan. Oh. Daichi. Nice. Yeah. Out. Damn it. Nice job, guys. Nice job. He did well enough to close the gap. Lost the first set, so you have to make a splash the first time in the second set. Have to at least score the first point to get the mood in our favor.
いいわちゃん、足りない頭使うと頭痛くなるよ。
確かに練習試合でも影山ばかり注視。
Yeah, I didn't account for Suga.
山君とのギャップですね。
ああ、他の連中を平常心に戻すメンタル的な部分が狙いだったが、こんな効果もあるとはな。これは他の試合になっても通用する。
Yes, please do. Give Suga more time to shine. I wonder if Suga will stay on since he's a third year after, you know, after this, if he'll stay on or if he'll leave the team. I can wager that maybe the others will, but they're starting players and he's not at the moment. He can't spike well so close from the net. He doesn't have a chance to jump, the momentum to hit it.
絶対取り返す。そのためにはまず及川のサーブを攻略だな。お、カラスの2セット目、少しローテ回したな。
Nice, Tsukishima. Yeah, Kageyama doesn't want to communicate, so he hasn't been giving Suki the spikes in the best way that he needs them.
なんで俺が他人の、それも月島なんかのご機嫌伺いしなきゃいけねえんだボケって顔だな。別に
He needs to do it for all the spikers.
俺が言うのも
Damn it, I keep forgetting this guy's name. He's always saying something profound and I keep forgetting his name.
そいつらがちゃんと 100% の力で打てたら、多少ブロックが立ちはだかったってちゃんと戦えると思う。
Fair point. He's serving. So much for them taking the lead in the second set.
セット目のこのローテ、1セット目から少し回してスタートしたのは及川がサーブの時、このローテーションを持ってくる。
Well, those are their two strongest receivers. So if anyone's gonna be able to, it's Daichi or Nishi. Got it. All right, it's up. Oh, Tanaka. Yes, nice. Alright, we're almost ready to get back in. They're adjusting. Yeah, they've adjusted to Suga now. I guess it's almost time to put Kageyama back in. All right, he's ready.
今目の前の試合に勝て。
Damn it.
金田一ナイスブロック。
Alright, time to put Kageyama back in.
あとワン
That's it for Suga.
次の一歩を俺によこせ。絶対。
One more. I wanted this in their match against that Dachitech, but I'll take it here. Alright, Asahi. More time for Suga. Yes, that's what I want to hear.
正常とだってちゃんと戦える。それができるのは
Hinata works best with Kageyama, but I think that's mostly because he's so dependent on Kageyama. He needs to move away from that though, because you know what happens if Kageyama is not in the game. All right, there we have it, episode 21 of Haikyuu. The match continues. We're in our second set. Well, Seju's still in the lead, but the gap isn't as wide as it was in the first set, so we're getting there. I'm glad Suga got some time to shine. I said it before that he was one of my favorite characters. Watching the team since the start of this season, and he still remains one of my favorite players on Karasuno. Hopefully the coach's words ring true, and he'll use him more often going forward. I think it's good to mix things up a bit. Although something that was said at the end here, he said that Hinata looks completely different hitting Kageyama's serves, and he said they need their decoy working at 100% to compete with a team like Seiju, which is true. My only issue with that is that means that Hinata is too reliant on Kageyama. The decoy should be able to perform optimally irrespective of who the setter actually is. Hopefully, in the second season, we'll see Hinata focus more on his plays and become his own person, because at the moment I don't think the decoy should be so reliant on just one individual, on just one setter. What if something happens to Kageyama and he's not able to play and there has to be a substitute? He should still be able to function optimally, irrespective of who the setter is. The setter should help elevate everyone, true, but I don't think they should be solely reliant on just the one setter. So we'll see in a few how this plays out in the future. So Kageyama's back in. He's back in. He got a moment to step back, see what it's like to observe from the court side and realize that, okay, hey, being benched doesn't automatically mean that you're not a part of the team, that you're useless. Suga has been benched for quite some time, and someone in the audience mentioned it, that okay, he's a third year but he got benched in place of a first year, which for anyone that can be a bit demotivating, and lower his morale. But I'm glad to see that it hasn't, and that's one of the reasons why I like Suga so much. He took it. He acknowledged that Kageyama has more raw talent than he does, and for the future of the team, he's necessary. I will say that as we are introduced to more setters, that Kageyama is not my favorite. I like him as a member of Karasuno, but he's not my favorite setter. If I had to choose, Suga is my favorite, but that's for more because I like his personality. As far as who's the best setter, I think it's Oikawa, and who I like more in overall I like Suga's personality more. I like Oikawa's skills. Um, Kageyama is somewhere after those two. You know, I like him, but he's not quite there in those two areas where those two characters are, personality and skill, and utility. I mean, he's great with Hinata, but with everyone else, he's not. He hasn't developed the communication skills that he needs to, draw 100% from all the spikers that are on the team. I think he's going to get there, especially having watched this episode now, and he's seeing where his flaws are in that he needs to communicate with the team more. He needs to um, find out where their mindset is on that given day for that given match, and tailor his sets to match that. So I think he will eventually get there. I will be saddened eventually when Suga leaves. I think he will. I mentioned in the reaction, I wonder if he's going to be leaving after, at the end of this tournament, given that he's a third year. I can see the others staying on because they're starting players, but he's not in the starting lineup, so he's gonna be benched for a good part of it. Even if the coach says he'll get to play more, he's not gonna be in the starting lineup. So that is that incentive enough for him to stay on, even though he's a third year, or should he focus on his studies? So there is that question, but we'll see. We'll see. As I said, I'm looking forward to Kageyama's improvements, but at the moment he falls below Oikawa and Suga for me. I like the character and I like his funny moments. Love his interactions with Hinata, but as a setter, he's not gotten there for me just yet. But everyone came up this time around. They actually managed to stop one of Oikawa's serves. Between Nishinoya and Daichi, they held it down. They held down the defense, and we'll see. We'll see. I don't imagine we're behind now. I don't imagine we'll lose 2 sets in a row. So I think perhaps we will win this set just barely, and then we'll lose the third. But I don't think that's it. There are lessons in loss. So I don't think. Obviously, I don't believe this will knock our team off their feet in any way. But this match has done nothing if not highlight the areas that they need to work on to get them on the same level as this team. Although, as I've said in the past with Seijo, I still think they're too dependent on Oikawa. We've seen some standouts here. Kindaichi and Iwa definitely have been pulling their own weight. So as I'm learning more about the other players and seeing how they play on the court, I can see that they're good. They're good. But in terms of attack, they're not as strong as Karasuna, I would say. So much of their play revolves around them having an excellent setter and serve in Oikawa. And I don't think any team should be reliant on solely one individual. But I'm looking forward to the next episode, guys. Be sure to post down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.